This 1995 penny isn't just another small piece of change. It carries one of the most famous minting errors in US history. Magnifying glass tilted left, stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot this valuable treasure. Gemstones, so don't skip even a second, because your next penny might just change your fortune forever. Rocket welcome to CoinX for the 1995 1-cent coin, popularly known as the Lincoln Memorial Penny, holds a special place in American numismatic history. This coin continues to honor President Abraham Lincoln, who first appeared on the penny in 1909. On the obverse side, Lincoln's portrait faces right, surrounded by the words "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" on the left, and the year 1995 on the right. Depending on where it was minted, you might also see a tiny mint mark below the date, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark at all for Philadelphia. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic portrait has remained a symbol of American strength, honesty, and leadership for more than a century. The reverse of the 1995 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This side was first introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. It shows the magnificent memorial building found in Washington, D.C., complete with its columns and detailed steps. If you look closely, you can actually see a tiny sculpture of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, an incredible detail that connects both sides of the coin's design. The inscriptions "United States of America," "E Pluribus Unum," and 1 cent represent unity, freedom, and national pride. This design stayed on the penny until 2008, making it one of the most recognized and longest-running coin designs in the world. Now let's talk about the mintage and production of the 1995 penny. This coin was struck at 3 U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia produced around 6.4 billion coins, Denver made over 7.1 billion, and San Francisco created about 2.8 million proof coins for collectors. That's a total of nearly 13.5 billion coins. Despite this massive number, not all 1995 pennies are the same. A small number of them have a double die error, which makes them incredibly valuable. This is the variety that makes the 1995 penny famous, and it's one every coin collector dreams of finding. The 1995 double die obverse penny is one of the most well-known modern minting errors. This doubling happened during the die creation process at the mint, when the die that stamps the design onto the coin shifted slightly between impressions. The result was a noticeable doubling on the coin's lettering, especially in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." The doubling is strong enough that it can be seen even without a magnifying glass. This mistake transformed an ordinary penny into one of the most sought-after coins of the 1990s, sparking a wave of excitement among collectors everywhere. When the 1995 double die penny was first discovered, it caused a massive buzz in the coin world. Newspapers, magazines, and even television shows reported the story. People started checking their pocket change hoping to strike gold, or rather, copper-plated zinc. The 1995 double die variety was mostly found in coins minted in Philadelphia, while Denver pennies rarely show this error. Prices vary depending on condition. A circulated double die penny might bring $20 to $50, while high-grade uncirculated examples certified by PCGS or NGC can sell for $300 to $700 or more. In perfect condition, this small coin could even exceed $1,000 at auction. Like all modern pennies made after 1982, the 1995 cent is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, weighing 2.5 grams with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. The switch from solid bronze to a zinc core helped the U.S. Mint reduce production costs, but it also made the coins more prone to surface damage and corrosion. Collectors often prefer pennies that retain their bright red shine, labeled RD by grading services, because they indicate that the coin has not been exposed to moisture or handled excessively. A perfectly preserved red penny can be worth significantly more than a dull, brown one from the same year. Beyond its value, the 1995 penny marks an important time in the history of coin collecting. During the 1990s, interest in coins surged due to widespread news of mint errors and varieties like this one. The 1995 double die became the gateway coin for many new collectors, their first taste of treasure hunting in pocket change. It's often considered the last great double die of the 20th century. This coin reminds collectors that extraordinary things can appear in ordinary places. You don't need to be rich to start a coin collection. You just need a good eye, patience, and curiosity. The Lincoln penny itself is one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. From 1909 to 2008, the Lincoln Memorial reverse design connected generations of Americans. Each penny passed through millions of hands, carrying stories of hard work, dreams, and daily life. The 1995 issue stands out because it bridges the traditional memorial design with the technological improvements in coin minting that would come in the 2000s. Even today, holding a 1995 penny feels like holding a piece of American history, a link between the past and the modern world. In addition to the famous double die, collectors also look for other minor errors in 1995 pennies. These can include off-center strikes, die cracks, and misaligned dies. While not as valuable as the double die, these coins still attract collectors who enjoy hunting for unique variations. For example, a 1995 penny with a clear die crack across Lincoln's face or an off-center strike could sell for $10 to $30, depending on condition. These small imperfections show how even machines can make beautiful mistakes that become part of numismatic history. When grading a 1995 penny, experts focus on details like sharpness, luster, and color. Coins graded MS-65 or higher are considered premium quality. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, identified by the S Mint mark, were made with extra care for collectors and feature mirror-like surfaces. These proof pennies are not meant for circulation but are highly collectible for their visual appeal. Whether it's a regular strike, proof, or double die, every version of the 1995 penny tells a unique story of craftsmanship and discovery. The legacy of the 1995 1-cent coin goes beyond its physical appearance. It represents curiosity, patience, and the excitement of discovery. Every coin in your pocket has a story, and sometimes that story can change your life. The 1995 penny reminds us that even the smallest things can hold great value, not just in money, but in history and passion. So always check your change, because you never know when you might find a piece of American treasure hiding in plain sight. And finally, if you enjoyed this deep dive, what if I told you that your simple 1991-cent coin could be worth hundreds of dollars today? Face screaming in fear, yes. The coin that most people ignore or drop on the street could actually be hiding a treasure value. Some 1990 pennies have minting errors that collectors are paying big money for. Moneybag in this video will uncover every secret, every detail, and every reason why this tiny coin could surprise you. Magnifying glass tilted left, so stay tuned till the very end, because you might be holding a rare coin that could make your wallet very happy. Money with wings, the 1991-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, is one of the most recognizable coins in American history. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, this coin has seen more than a century of continuous minting with various design updates. The 1990 version belongs to the Lincoln Memorial reverse design era, which ran from 1959 to 2008. On the obverse side, we see the famous right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. The words "In God We Trust" curve along the top edge, Liberty appears on the left side, and the year 1990 appears on the right. Even though this design may look ordinary, the 1990 edition holds interesting stories, mint variations, and hidden collectible values that most people never notice. The reverse side of the 1990 penny displays the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. When you look closely, you can see the tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, an amazing level of detail for such a small coin. Around the memorial, the inscriptions read "United States of America" across the top, the Latin motto "E pluribus unum" in the middle, and 1 cent at the bottom. The design itself honors Lincoln's enduring legacy of freedom, unity, and honesty. Although billions of these coins were produced, certain mint marks, conditions, and errors make some 1990 pennies far more valuable than others. That's why collectors all over the world still keep an eye out for this specific year. The 1990 penny was minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, with a D mint mark; and San Francisco, with an S mint mark for proof coins. The Philadelphia Mint produced around 6.8 billion, Denver made about 4.9 billion, and San Francisco created approximately 3.2 million proof coins. Because of such huge numbers, most of these pennies are still common, but what makes certain ones valuable are minting errors and special proof issues. The San Francisco proof pennies are particularly interesting because they were struck multiple times using highly polished dies, giving them a mirror-like surface that collectors love. However, even regular circulation coins can become valuable if they have rare errors, doubling, or are preserved in perfect mint condition. From a composition standpoint, the 1990 penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This composition began in 1982 when the U.S. Mint decided to switch from pure bronze, 95% copper, to copper-plated zinc due to rising copper prices. As a result, the 1990 penny weighs 2.5 grams, compared to older pre-1982 pennies that weighed 3.11 grams. This change also means that modern pennies like the 1990 version are more prone to corrosion and surface damage if exposed to moisture or air for long periods. That's why collectors prefer well-preserved, red, RD, condition coins. The shinier the color, the higher the value. Coins that have darkened or turned brown are less desirable. Though they still hold historical interest. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1990 penny is the discovery of rare minting errors. The most famous one is the no-S proof error, where proof coins made in San Francisco were accidentally struck without the S mint mark. This extremely rare mistake occurred when the mint mark was left out on the die. The 1990 no-S proof penny is one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents. Depending on its grade, it can sell for $2,000 to $5,000 or more at auction. Trophy. In addition to that, there are other known errors like double die obverse, DDO, off-center strikes, die cracks, and broad strikes. Even small variations like an extra thickness on the date or lettering can raise its collectible value. When talking about value, most regular 1990 pennies are still worth around 1 cent in circulation. However, if you find a coin in uncirculated or near-mint condition, it can be worth 10 to 50 cents, depending on its luster and strike quality. Coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can bring $50 to $150, and those rare no-S proof coins, as mentioned earlier, are the real jackpot. Sometimes, even coins with strong die polishing marks or partial steps in the memorial can catch a collector's eye. The true beauty of coin collecting is that even a small difference in detail can make a big impact on a coin's price. From a historical and cultural perspective, the 1990 penny represents the closing decade of the 20th century, a period marked by innovation, growth, and global change. America was transitioning into the digital age, but the penny remained a symbol of continuity and history. Despite inflation making the coin's purchasing power smaller, its symbolic importance stayed strong. Every 1990 penny carried the image of Lincoln, a figure who stood for unity and honesty, qualities that remain timeless. That emotional and historical connection makes collecting these coins more than just a hobby. It's a way to hold onto a small but powerful piece of American legacy. Collectors also pay close attention to the color and luster of 1990 pennies. When newly minted, these coins have a bright red shine that fades over time. Coin grading services classify them as red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN. A fully red penny with no marks can sell for much higher prices compared to a dull brown one. That's why many collectors store their coins in airtight holders or albums to protect them from oxidation. Keeping your coins safe from fingerprints, humidity, and sunlight can make a huge difference in preserving their beauty and value over decades. When you flip a 1990 penny under bright light or magnification, you might notice subtle details that set it apart from other years. Some have slightly thicker letters or more defined Lincoln Memorial lines. This happens because of differences in die, wear, and pressure used during minting. A few collectors even specialize in variety hunting, where they search through rolls of pennies looking for these small but valuable differences. It's a hobby that requires patience and attention to detail, but the thrill of finding a valuable variation makes it all worthwhile. Many people ask, should I save all my 1990 pennies? The answer is yes, especially if they look shiny, uncirculated, or have something unusual about them. Even if you don't find a rare no-S proof or double die, you're still preserving history. The Lincoln cent has lasted longer than any other coin in U.S. history, and each one tells part of that long story. Saving these coins also makes for a great start to a personal coin collection, especially for young collectors who want to learn about design, history, and value all in one small piece of metal. As we wrap up, remember that the 1991 cent coin isn't just a tiny piece of metal. It's a bridge between history and the present. From Abraham Lincoln's powerful image to the detailed Lincoln Memorial design, every feature of this coin tells a story of craftsmanship and heritage. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced collector, the 1990 penny deserves a place in your collection because of its history, symbolism, and potential value. So if you enjoyed learning about this amazing coin, don't forget to like, thumbs up, share, repeat button, and subscribe bell to my channel CoinX4 for more detailed and exciting coin stories. And who knows, maybe the next coin in your hand is the one that could change your life forever. Moneybag Sparkles.